quick mention about, it's really important when you're out in the woods and you're dealing with food, wild animals like this, is around hygiene. So a couple of top tips. I have 2 specialist knives that are designed for gutting animals. There's nothing particularly special about them apart from there are no enclosed areas where blood or bacteria can build up. So every part of this knife can be washed and disinfected, leaving it perfectly clean after use. So it's important to either do that or thoroughly wash any knives you use to process raw meat. The other thing is, in the woods, running water is essential for washing, and I usually carry some hand sanitizing spray, antibacterial spray. Now, pre-processing the meat, it's a good idea to rinse your hands off, get most of the dirt off your hand. There's no point spraying your hands with anything and disinfecting your hands whilst you're handling an animal. So the use of the antibacterial is post meat preparation. I'm going to use this board to start, and as I prepare my meat ready to cook, I'm going to keep it as clean as I can by placing it into these metal containers. So there's a couple of ways of going about. Any wild animal can be skinned by starting on the inside of its legs, working across around the rear, and then peeling it off in a tube. I have heard and haven't tried before, there's a quicker version with a squirrel, whereby you pinch a large portion of the excess flesh at the back and then cut through it. Just keep peeling him like a banana away from the middle. And when you get to the legs, you need to push the leg through from the paw end, just like pulling an arm out of a sleeve. There you go. Now when you get to the end point and you've got to his wrist, you can either pull it all the way through, which will just leave you with the claws, and you can then chop it off at the wrist. Once you've gotten to the point where all that's left is the head, we're going to remove the head. But just to ease us, make it simpler and less bloody, we'll leave the actual puncturing and removal of the head till the end. And we can work on the middle, backwards, on the rear half. Skinning any animal, it's important not to rupture internal organs, otherwise the feces etc. from inside will contaminate the meat. Now we're almost at the tricky bit. I've got the skin pulled up over the last part of the hind leg. Snap that and chop him off. And obviously what I've got is a male here, so there's certain parts that you won't find on every animal. There's no meat on the tail, so let's get rid of that. And that's him skinned. I'll leave the head for a minute, as I say, because that gets a bit messy. Open up as much as we can so we've got access to the internal organs. Now, important with wild food, a good indicator of health is the animal's liver and the animal's kidney.